The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally.
Online dating provides users with the ideal place to meet people that have similar likes, dislikes, and characteristic traits to the dater. It improves the chances of a user actually liking the person they're going to meet on a date because they can search for people that meet certain criteria. And if you believe the online dating services themselves, an increasing number of people are also now finding lasting and meaningful relationships online. Considering all this, perhaps it's no surprise that one study found that as many as 32% of internet users are dating online. Although there is such a large number of people dating online, one study found that if you decide to take part in dating online, you are most likely in the company of users that meet the following criteria. The average person who dates online is 33.8 years old on average. They work full-time, 63% work full-time, slightly more likely to be male than female, with an average of 39% of males dating online and 25% on females dating online. 57% of online daters admit they lie, most of whom, 70%, turn out to be married men. So I hope y'all understood that. 57% of people who are online admit to lying, and 70% turn out to be married men. So this is very, very alarming, but it does make sense, and it brings us to our story. All right, so let's go in. So the beauty that you see on your screen right now is 33-year-old Kayla Kelley out of McKinney, Texas. Kayla didn't have much information online as far as if she had children. I'm guessing that she didn't because I didn't see any information for that or what she did for a living. What I did discover is that Kayla had recently lost a large amount of weight due to the keto diet, and she was looking good. So as you can see, Kayla was on her weight loss journey and she was looking good. She was also taking a lot of trips that were shown on her Facebook page with her friends, and just seemed like she was overall enjoying life. In the summer of 2022, Kayla met online a guy who told her that his name was Kevin Brown, who was 32 years old. They began dating. The relationship was going relatively well until Kayla told her friends that she had recently found out that Kevin Brown had given her a fake name and also that he was married. She also let her friends know that he had stopped returning her phone calls. Kayla also told family and friends that she had threatened him that if he didn't return her phone calls, she would expose their relationship to his wife, and that she knew he had been lying to her. Friends and family advised Kayla they did not want to talk to her about dating a married man, so no one had any further information about Kevin. By this time, Kayla had found out that the guy who she was dating, who pretended that his name was Kevin Brown's real name was Ocasta Ferguson. And on January the 4th, Ocasta Ferguson's wife reported that she received a text message from an unknown person advising her that they needed to tell her something. Ferguson's wife never made contact with the person, but felt it was a female based on the language used in the text exchange. The wife's phone was broken, so she was unable to provide the number she received the text messages from. And on January the 11th, Kayla's family and friends had not heard from her in a couple of days and went to the police department to report her missing. When police went to her home to do a welfare check, they found her dog there alone, and it appeared that the dog had not been fed for several days. Kayla's family notified authorities that it was very unusual for Kayla's dog to be at the home by himself because Kayla considered that dog as her child and would have never left that dog by himself. So at this time, they knew something was wrong.
I want you to, in the meantime, to take a very close look at this picture. This is Kayla Kelley. She was reported missing last Wednesday in Collin County. And even though no one has seen her, the Sheriff's Department is announcing an arrest in her kidnapping. Our Brooke Rogers is looking further into the investigation for you tonight.
It's been 5 days since Kayla Kelley was reported missing by friends who said that she hadn't been seen in several days. And while police continue to search for her, they've arrested a man they call a person of interest. He is 32-year-old Ocaster Ferguson, who also goes by the name Kevin Brown. He was arrested Saturday and is currently in the Collin County Detention Center facing a slew of charges, including kidnapping. His bond is set at $1 million. Authorities have not said what his connection to Kayla Kelley is, but they do tell us they found her vehicle in a remote part of Frisco.
And I will let you guys know
aren't
how they
releasing
found
any
this
additional
information
details
shortly.
for fear of hindering the investigation. They are asking for the public's help, though. They say if you have had any recent sightings or dealings with Ferguson, to call or text the Collin County Sheriff's Department. They say they are hopeful that information will lead them to Kayla Kelley. In McKinney, Brooke Rogers, CBS 11 News.
Brooke, thank you.
So allegedly, Kayla was dating Ocaster, aka Kevin Brown, for a while, and she started to suspect that something was going on because he was inconsistent. He was disappearing at night. Even though he worked at night, he was still disappearing like on his days off. And so she started to suspect that he had someone. And so she entered his name into this Facebook group called Whose Mans Is This? And when she entered it, she was told within that group that he was married. So when she found out that he was married, they were also able to find the wife's information because, you know, women in these groups are like super detectives. So they found the wife's information. Kayla texted the wife and told her that she needed to talk to the wife about Ocaster, and the wife allegedly never responded, but then Kayla went missing. And like I said, so the wife did admit that she was contacted by someone whom she suspected was a woman, saying that they needed to talk to her about her husband, but she said she never responded. And it may be a case where the marriage was so toxic that the wife just didn't care anymore, because even Ocaster said that he was also hiding his car from the wife. So maybe they were going through something and she just never even bothered to respond back to Kayla. On January 19, it was reported that the body of a woman reported missing after threatening to tell the wife of the man she was dating that he was having an affair was found buried in a field near his Dallas area home, authorities said. The body discovered Wednesday evening in Grand Prairie is that of Kayla Kelley.
Collin County authorities confirm a woman's body found last night in Grand Prairie was that of missing McKinney woman Kayla Kelley. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. We're expecting upgraded charges for the man already in jail for kidnapping and arson charges. Kelley's body was found in a shallow grave late last night, less than a mile from where the suspect, Ocaster Ferguson, lives. Collin County Sheriff's Office says Kelley and Ferguson were dating, but he gave her a fake name and told her he wasn't married. She'd only recently learned he was and was lying. Fox 4's spoken with the sheriff this afternoon, Blake Hansen, live in Collin County at the sheriff's office. Blake.
As Stephen Heather at last check, the Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office still had Kelley's cause of death listed as pending. This as the sheriff here noted that they still have work left to do in this investigation. It was in this wooded area where the search for 33-year-old Kayla Kelley came to an end. An answer to questions, though not the answers so many had hoped for.
I live just right up the street, right in the neighborhood.
Sharon Brown visited the site Thursday afternoon. She brought flowers and 2 balloons. One she says she sent to Kayla.
From one sister to another sister, I wanted I wanted to know that she was not alone, that we are going to remember her, and we're sending up flowers to heaven in her name.
The Collin County Sheriff confirms Kelley's body was found in a shallow grave Wednesday night. We could see a dug-up area where investigators searched, though it's not clear that's where she was found. The sheriff's office hasn't said what led them to the Grand Prairie neighborhood, but it is less than a mile from the home of 32-year-old Ocaster Ferguson, the man the Collin County Sheriff's Office charged with Kelley's kidnapping and said Thursday remains at the center of this investigation. though he has not been charged with murder.
We're not at the point that charging decisions will be made. There's additional work that needs to be done by both my investigators and the Texas Rangers. They'll continue to work together on this homicide investigation.
Ferguson is facing a new charge of arson, which investigators say is for burning Kelley's vehicle, discovered last week burned beyond recognition on a deserted Frisco road.
Just let me say this. This is truly a tragedy. Okay, we had hoped for a different outcome. And like her family, we were devastated when it ended up that we found her body.
The positive identification of Kelley's body brings to an end the more than week-long search for the Collin County woman. Court documents say Kelley and Ferguson were in a relationship, and she had just recently discovered he was married and had given her a fake name. While law enforcement are reluctant to share many other details of the case, they say they are far from done with the investigation.
Make no mistake, you murder a 33-year-old young lady and put her in a shallow grave, we're going to seek justice.
The sheriff's office has indicated that we may learn additional information through new court documents, and some of those may come out if and when additional charges are filed.
All right, guys, this video is sponsored by my website, glamafcosmetics.com. Please check out my website at the link at the top of the YouTube page that says shop my website, or you can simply type what you see in the screen to Google and my website should come. So just some information that we're all aware of. 89% of females who are murdered are usually murdered by someone that they know. As I state in all my videos, it's usually a loved one, such as a father, a husband, a boyfriend, a brother, an uncle, a grandfather. Is usually the person who violates or murders that black woman or child. So as I always say in closing, ladies, please practice your Second Amendment rights. Please make sure you're vet and mindful of anybody that you allow into your life. Ladies, don't be threatening anybody or trying to get revenge when somebody does you wrong, especially in these times. We have to learn to take those L's. Although it's not her fault for getting herself killed, it's ultimately his fault for lying about being married and for ultimately murdering her. However, don't be out here threatening anybody. Whoever doesn't want to be in your life, don't let them be in your life. Grant them their wish. Everyone should be happy in this lifetime. If that person not being in your life makes them happy, then let them be out of your life. Everybody that you need is already around you, is already there, and they're there because they want to be there. May Kayla Kelley rest in peace, and may her family find peace. I'll see you guys in the next video.